Gaming can make a better world, as said by the famous author and game designer Jane McGonigal. Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. My name is Ravelino Sebastian Santoso, a second year student of Atmajaya Yogyakarta University, with student number of 1907-10062. And I am delighted to have your time for the next 10 minutes. So today I shall tell you all about something that is fun but also can make the world to be a better place. Have you guessed what is it? Yes, it's games. It's about games. I was lucky and earned the right to choose my own topic from any topics that have been already discussed in the class. So I went straight to choose my favorite topic, which is games. And what I want to highlight today is about how playing games can solve real-world problems. Without further ado, let us dive into the main topic. I'd like to see how can playing games solve real-world problems. Okay, let's go. First, we're going to see about the definition of game itself. The definition of game. A game is a structured form of play, usually undertaken for entertainment or fun, and now is used as an educational tool, taken from the merriam-webster.com. So as you can see, from the definition, game was used for the entertainment and fun, but as the time goes, game also become a tool of education. Then, what is the correlation between playing games and solving the real-world problems? Well, by playing games, more people will be educated, and educated people will have more chance to solve the real-world problem that they are facing. Nah, it's all just a sweet talk. Not all games are educating. I'll say that it is a wrong statement. Why? Because in every game, we can find one common thing. Every game has objectives to complete, mission to done, and problems to solve. By playing the game, the player learns how to finish the problem or the objectives that are offered by the game step by step until it is perfectly done. Imagine it like a training ground for the player. Before going to the real world, and by playing it, when the player succeeds in completing the objectives, they will have more confidence in doing the same thing while facing the real world version of the problem. For the first example, or for the first argument, the cooking game. It's called the cooking simulator. Yeah, you can see from the display that it's like a real kitchen, while it is actually a virtual one. It's inside a game called Cooking Simulator. This game allows the player to have full control over the virtual kitchen. They can use knives, if you can see there are knives or utensils to cook something, and the player can use stoves, the pans, and bunch of other items just like in the real world kitchen. Even the cooking part is very detailed here. Different treatment towards the ingredient will result on different cooking as well. Just like people cooking in the real world. You treat the ingredient differently, you cut it wrong, you chop it wrong, or you smash it wrong, and the taste will be different and the outcome will be different. But of course, we cannot taste it in the virtual because the taste is rated through number or number system. And then it's the cooking simulator. So for the second example, we have this. You must have known this game. This is The Sims, the famous game that is look like a real life simulator. This game replicates almost all of real world aspects such as birth, marriage, household, and other stuff. A player can experience a lot of life by playing this game, getting to try more than one job, knowing how to live a married life, and other beneficial thing to know. If you can see that in this game, there are several choices when you interact with people, when you do your job, when you do some action, there will be choices. These choices that I believe will give the player a sensation, or like I said earlier, the training ground for them before they face the problem in the real life. And of course, the game is not impossible to solve, so the player can always solve the problem. And when they are able to solve the problem itself in the game, hopefully, when they face the same thing in the real world, they can also solve it like they did in game. So the player don't have to do it in the real world to know how. And yes, as I said before, they can try it first and imagine how will they do, how good they will be by doing or solving the problems in the real world. So for the first argument, that it's like making the game as a training ground for the people. It's like mostly simulator games. They can train people to solve the problems by trying it first in the game, solving, knowing how to solve it, and voila, they can also solve it in the real world. And then for the second argument, it is about people or players that I don't like simulator. I don't want just to be Excel. I don't want just to be good at simulator. I want to be good at real life too. They don't want to wait for the process, but they want real time solving skills problem. Well, of course, game also has the answer. Have you ever imagined how hard is it to teach kindergarten or elementary graders math without any game involved? Have you ever imagined how boring a class would be without Kahoot or quizzes? If you are unaware, those two are also called game, even though one is conventional game and the Kahoot or quizzes are the modern games. But still, both are games. Let's hop into some more serious real-world problems. Maybe lack of exercise, or lack of creativity, or lack of knowledge about the world history. You can find it. You can find a solution in games. Okay, so if you don't believe what I say, let's go. From the first example, Pokemon Go. If you recognize this, Pokemon Go, it is a game that was booming in 2018. It is about collecting Pokemon in a real-world environment using augmented reality technology. So the player must go out and search for Pokemon for themselves, and they can fight it with other people's Pokemon, and the winner gets all the pride, all the reward. That's the simple thing. During the booming phase or the 2018, millions of people all around the world were playing this game because it's fun, it's entertaining, and most importantly, it makes either for a short walk or for a long distance exercise. Why would they do that? Because there's a system in this game where you want to hatch an egg, for the egg will be a Pokemon, and it is going to be graded from a normal, rare, unique, and so on. And the longer distance that you cover, the rarer egg or the rarer Pokemon that you will get. So that's why people are willingly to walk for kilometers just to achieve that new rare Pokemon. For me, this is like killing two birds with one stone. Players get their enjoyment, play the game, collecting all the Pokemon around the neighborhood, and also they get their health improved. Then, after this this first example, let's move to the second one. It's about Minecraft. Minecraft is a game that mainly emphasizes on creativity. The player must build something. They collect the ingredients by themselves, and they must build it using their own creativity. The other interesting thing about Minecraft is they're not only honing your skill on creativity, they're also honing your skill on social, because Minecraft is an online game and you can play with your friends. That by doing all of that, not only creativity, but a lot of other aspects are being trained. Isn't that pretty cool? I mean, like, it's just one game and you are just playing it, player. You don't you don't risk anything, you don't have anything to lose, and yet you gain so much from playing the game. Then moving on to the last example, we have the history trivia game. It is a simple application, actually a simple game. The system offers a question and multiple choice answers. Player must choose one of the answers which the player thinks is right, and if the player is wrong, the system will give the right or the real information to the player. But if the player is correct, they shall be given a reward. Using this method, not only the player will gain knowledge about the history, but also enjoyment, and everything that we do while we are feeling enjoyed shall not be easily forgotten. At last, we are arriving at the end of the presentation. Please allow me to say the conclusions of this presentation. So, game is a really useful tool if used wisely. It can help people to solve real world problems that they are facing in their life. However, use it carelessly and you shall miss all the good opportunities that are present in your life. Thank you very much for staying with me till the very end. I hope this presentation can give you a new insight about games. I am really sorry if I may have said something offensive or wrong. May all of you who are watching this video be blessed with good health and good life. So stay safe and stay healthy.